This is going to be a full video on how to actually succeed with a brand new Facebook ad account. If you don't already know who I am, I'm Keeler. I run an agency that helps e-com brands scale using Facebook advertising. And enough about me, so let's get into what we're talking about today, which is going to be how to actually scale your ad account and how to have a successful ad account as a beginner, basically. So the first thing I want to talk about is having a lot of creatives. Now, usually what I see with a lot of beginners that start advertising on Facebook or even like e-com brands that I hop on calls with, they maybe tested one or two ads, maybe, 6 or 7, 8 ads, and they say, Facebook advertising isn't really working for us. And I go, okay, like how many ads have you guys tested? And they're like, we've tested 8 ads and we've, put $300 of ad spend into Facebook ads, or we put $600 in Facebook spend into ads. And I'm like, well, that's why you guys didn't succeed. And they're like, what do you mean? And I go, if you look at what we do to a new brand versus what you guys just did to launching your first campaign and saying that you guys tried Facebook ads, it's a lot different. So on this chart right here, it's pretty simple. It says when you make 2 DCTs. Now, DCT is just a dynamic creative test inside Facebook. We'll talk about it later on in this video. Right here, as you can see, we have like 6 images that we tested inside 2 DCTs. So out of these 2 DCTs, the messaging may be very similar, or the actual image may be very similar, just different images with the same headline on the images and the same subheading, whatever it may be. And out of those ads, you may get one ad that does decently well and you're barely making a profit on that ad, right? But at least now you have one ad that has some good messaging behind it or has a good photo behind it that people like, whatever it may be, that Facebook's reasoning of pushing it and people actually click on the photo to actually go to your website and purchase your product. So whatever that may be, we can find that later on with more testing. But if I scroll down a little bit right here where it says when you make 8 DCTs, this is what it looks like when we get into this is what it looks like when we actually start a brand new ad account with a client, or we go into a client's account already and we start making new DCTs and new ads. So you see right here, it says when you make 8 DCTs, and we probably have 8 times 3. So we have 24 ads. I almost forgot how to do math right there, but we have 24 ads inside this DCT. So why is this really important in the large scale of Facebook advertising? Well, if you don't test enough ads, you don't have a lot of ads to actually test, you're going to test 6 or 7 ads and you're going to say, our product doesn't work on Facebook advertising, our product sucks. With Facebook advertising, people just don't want to purchase it. Facebook's platform doesn't like us or whatever. They make up all these excuses, but in reality, you guys didn't test enough ads. So one of the biggest mistakes I see as a person that starts advertising on Facebook is they don't test enough ads. So if you're starting a new ad account on Facebook and you want to succeed, make sure you test a bunch of ads. There's a bunch of simple ways to actually test ads. You can simply do literally a black background with white text and have your messaging on that ad and see what ad gets the actual highest click-through rate. So you could see it inside Facebook. If it's a 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever it may be, you could easily find that information and see, okay, this headline is bringing in a better click-through rate than these 4 ads with this messaging. And then you can go make ads with that messaging with the actual photos and make it look better. So now when you go into actually testing the ads, you have a little idea of what is actually going to work for your business and your product. So if you're a new person that is starting to run ads, or for your ad account for your business, whatever it may be, make sure you have a bunch of ads to actually test inside your ad account, and that will give you a 10 times better chance of actually succeeding with Facebook advertising. Now, number 2, I always say this to people, is how you actually structure your ad account. Now, a lot of people try to get really fancy with it and try to do their own targeting. They say, we're going to target these people, I'm going to target these people, and then I'm going to run a retargeting campaign and do all this stuff. But in reality, you don't really need to do any of that. You just let Facebook's AI do all the targeting for you. So it's pretty simple. Just click new campaign, and inside that, choose whatever campaign objective you want, whether it's leads, sales, engagement, whatever it may be. For this, I'm just going to say it's going to be sales. And then inside the campaign settings, you're going to leave everything the same. And the only thing you're going to turn on is Advantage Campaign Budget. Once you turn that on, set your daily budget to whatever you want. I like starting out around $40 to $50 for a campaign, especially if I'm going to test a good amount of ads, just because the less spend you have, the less ads you can actually test, because you're not giving those ads a fair chance. If you're only putting $1 or $2 behind those ads, Facebook's not going to show those ads to anybody since you don't have the money to put them in front of people. So make sure you have a good budget and make sure you're not testing too many ads with a small budget. Now, inside the actual ad set, you would just choose your conversion location, your pixel, and your conversion event. And that's all you need to do actually inside the ad set and the settings that you need to mess with. So as you can see right here, I chose my conversion event, which is my website. I chose my performance goal, which is maximize number of conversions, which is obviously what we want for purchases. I chose my pixel, and then my conversion event was purchase. So don't optimize for add to carts, initiate checkouts, any of that stuff, just because Facebook's AI is going to do it what you tell it to do. So if you choose initiate checkout, it is going to optimize for initiate checkouts, and you guys won't get purchases. I see a lot of people that are new to actually Facebook advertising as well do this simple mistake where they're choosing for their conversion event initiate checkout or add to carts or whatever else it may be, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Facebook's trying to optimize for whatever you tell it to do. So if you're optimizing for initiate checkouts, there's a bunch of people on Facebook that initiate checkout all the time and never purchase a product. So it's going to send all of your ads to those people, and they're going to go initiate checkout, and you're going to see, wow, I have a really good initiate checkout price. And then you go look at your purchases, and you have 1 or 2 purchases, and you're actually losing money on Facebook ads. So make sure you choose the conversion event that you want. And in this case, if you're doing e-commerce or you're selling a product on your website, always do purchase. Please do not do anything else. Facebook's AI is going to optimize for that conversion event that you choose. So once again, just set your pixel, set your conversion location and your conversion event. That's all you need to do. Don't worry about anything else. Placements could say automatic for Facebook. The targeting could say automatic too. The only thing you would need to change is that if you're outside of the US, I don't know if it automatically changes the country location. If you're outside of the US, like let's say if you're in the UK, it may automatically choose your location as the UK, but I know when I set up a new campaign, it automatically sets USA for me. So if you are outside the USA, make sure you are set to the country you want to be advertising to. That's the only other thing I would change inside my actual ad set. And when it comes to the ad level, you guys already know what to do. Just upload your creative, add in your primary text and your headline, and you're good to go. If you want to add in a tracking code in the bottom, if you're using like Triple Whale or Hyros or any tracking platform, you could add that below, but it's basically all you need for your actual ad level. Now, number 3 is DCT. If you don't know what a DCT is, it's basically a dynamic creative test. And what a dynamic creative test is, it allows you to do up to like 6, 7, even above that ad creatives inside one ad. So if you don't know what I mean, let's say I have 6 images, 6 static ads I can throw them all into one. I can throw them all into one ad inside the actual ad level. And let's say I just changed the photos on all those ads, but the headline on all the ads is the same. The primary text, the actual subheading on my ad inside the actual image of the static ad. If that's all very similar and I'm just testing the photos, I could see which ad is actually performing the best by just simply doing a dynamic creative test. Now, if Facebook is getting rid of this feature, I'll make a video on what they're actually replacing it with inside the actual ad level soon to come. But for now, we're still doing DCTs and we're still testing with DCTs. It's an easy way to test a bunch of video ads or static ads inside one ad itself and really narrow down your problem if it's the headline, the images, whatever it may be, and see what is kind of working best for my business when it comes to Facebook advertising. So if you're definitely a beginner, I would definitely recommend doing some dynamic creative tests. You can turn this on inside the actual ad level. Don't make this part of your main campaign though. Make a new ad set inside your campaign and then simply turn this on and name it like DCT 101. So I start off with all the new brands that work with my business is we start at DCT 101 and then we go up from there. So DCT 102, DCT 103, DCT 104, and it keeps on going up from there. I think in the last month for one brand, we did over 20 dynamic creative tests. So you could definitely get lost in testing ads, and we love it because we decrease our cost per acquisition and we increase our ROAS. But as a beginner, it is pretty crucial to test more ads, and you can do this all inside one ad. I definitely recommend doing some dynamic creative tests as a beginner. So number 4 and the last one is optimize your website. This is pretty simple. For any beginner I see when I hop on calls with them, their website isn't really too good, and I think they're really proud of it because they built it themselves and they're like, hey, look what I did. Look at my website, and I look at their website and I go, this is pretty tragic, right? This is not good. You guys need to fix your website. And they're like, well, do you have any good ideas? Like, how should we change it? What should we do? I simply tell them, go to your competitor or whoever is selling a very similar product to you. So if you're in the supplement space, copy a supplement brand that's really big. If you're in the apparel industry, and let's say you niche it down to gym apparel, go to a big competitor that runs a gym apparel site and really copy their site because they already know it's working for them. And if they're advertising on Facebook, that's even better because they definitely make a lot of money through Facebook advertising if they're spending a lot of money on Facebook ads and if they're a big brand already. I really like that way because it's just a really easy way to kind of model your website after someone else, because if it's broken, don't fix it, right? So if someone is bigger than you and crushing it, don't try to reinvent the wheel and just kind of copy off of them and model your website off of them. Obviously, don't steal everything from them, like their name or their logo or anything like that, but model your website off of them, whether it's pop-ups or the layout of their website, make it very similar to theirs because obviously they know it works and they've probably done a lot of testing on their website to increase their conversion rates. So I would recommend going to a competitor in your niche and modeling your website off of them. And a little bonus I want to throw in right here too is kind of having a guarantee, especially as a new brand that is advertising on Facebook, or you have a new ad account, you guys haven't really done any advertising on Facebook, your product's not really known to everybody, you're not really a household name. I would have a guarantee on your product, whether it's, get your money back, 110% guarantee if you don't like it, or free shipping, whatever it may be. Just because you're giving them more of an incentive to actually purchase a product, and you believe in your product so much that you'll give the money back to the person if they don't like the product. And the actual chances of people actually requesting their money back from purchasing your product is so slim. I've seen it with a lot of brands I work with where they have a great guarantee and they maybe get 1 out of 100 people that ask for their money back. So really easy way to help increase conversion rates and having more people purchase your product. If you like this video though, and you liked what I talked about today, dropping more content on Facebook advertising all the time. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.